Welcome. An IDE, or Integrated Development Environment, is what we'll be typing our C++ code into as we develop our games in Unreal Engine. For Windows, there's Microsoft Visual Studio. For Mac, there's Xcode. And then there's Visual Studio Code, which can be run on Windows, Mac, and Linux. There are lots of other IDEs out there, but not all of them are compatible with Unreal Engine. These three definitely are. So we're faced with a decision: which IDE to use? Well, the platform we're using will affect this decision. Now, if a student came to me and said, "Steven, I'm about to buy my first computer, and I want to make games using Unreal Engine, programming in C++. Which platform and which IDE should I get?" Well, I would tell that person that I highly recommend that they get a Windows machine and use Visual Studio. Why? Because they'll be better supported to handle Unreal Engine's cutting-edge technology. In my opinion, this is the optimal platform to develop games in Unreal Engine with. For this course, I'll be using a Windows machine with Microsoft Visual Studio as my IDE. But if you're using a Mac or a Linux machine, that's totally fine. You can still follow along and use the same exact code. Unreal Engine is the same no matter which platform you're using, and we're all going to be using the same code base. Now, there are some add-ons out there, and I'm sure you've heard of them. Two popular products are Writer for Unreal Engine by JetBrains and Visual Assist X for Visual Studio by Whole Tomato. Now, lots of people will tell you how wonderful these are, and they are indeed wonderful. They can make your programming experience a lot smoother. However, these are not free software, so I will not be using them in this tutorial series, as I want everyone to be able to follow along without needing to install something that they can't get for free. I'm well aware that there are trial versions of these products, but I'll only be using free stuff for this series. So our next step is to make sure that we install and set up our IDE so that we can be ready to program in Unreal Engine with C++. I'll see you soon.